Okay, 243 part 2. We're on the back. Here we go. The diagram, this diagram here represents a beaker of water that's being heated. Here's Bunsen burner, there's a flame right there. As the colored dye pellet dissolves, which is this right here, the dye will show the movement of water in the beaker. On the diagram, draw arrows in the water to show the direction the colored dye will move when the water is heated as shown. So, what you want to do is, okay, what's going to help you, this is in notes 240 if you haven't gotten it, if you don't realize it. On the second page, it says right here, it is going to show convection currents. Okay, it shows convection. I know we saw some videos of it in class. So the warm water expands a little bit, becomes less dense, so it's going to rise like this. Okay, when it hits the surface, it's going to move this way. It's going to move this way, and it's going to cool and sink back down, and then it gets pulled back here because this water's moving up. Something has to be some water has to be there. It gets pulled back, it gets heated again. It creates this cycle, and that is called the process is called convection, and this movement is called convection current. Okay, important. 23. Which component of Earth's atmosphere is classified as a greenhouse gas? This also in the notes. Hopefully you know this. Of these choices, carbon dioxide. Okay, choice 2, carbon dioxide. The other two main ones are water vapor and methane. Okay, so we see it as H2O and methane, which is CH4. Okay, so that's something you need to know. During nighttime cooling, most of the energy radiated by Earth's oceans into space is, in what form? This, students often have trouble with. And what Earth gives off, it's in your notes a few times, but it's really shown here, is Earth gets shorter wavelength from the sun, and what it re-radiates once it's warmed up is longer wavelength, and that is infrared. Infrared. That's 4. So know that that's what Earth gives off. Some of it goes out into space, and a good amount of it gets absorbed by the greenhouse gases, which is the greenhouse effect. Okay, we're skipping these two for now. 27. Which color of the visible spectrum has the shortest wavelength? That is in the reference table. Okay, you need the reference table. You should not be doing it any other way. Right here. Okay, decreasing wavelengths, so the wavelengths are getting shorter. Increasing wavelengths here. So of those colors, you want to see what the shortest wavelength you want on this end of the spectrum here. This end, and actually violet is a choice. And these are the only visible light. So violet is your choice. 27, choice 1. 28. Equal volumes of 4 samples shown below were placed outside and heated by energy from the sun's rays for 30 minutes. The surface temperature of which sample increased at the slowest rate? Which warmed up slowest? Water, copper pennies, basaltic sand, iron fragments. So assume the same amount of each, same surface area of each. We're interested in specific heat, which warmed up the slowest. So this is on the front of the reference table, specific heat, and these numbers here represent a measurement of how much that material resists temperature change. Resists temperature change. The higher the number, the more it resists it. So therefore, if we want heats up at the slowest rate, you want the one with the highest specific heat. That, in that case, liquid water, which is one of our example of water. Therefore, it's going to be choice 1. Okay, that's key. This is how much it resists changing temperature, warming up, or cooling down. If this is a cooling down situation, this one here they present as a warming up situation. 29. The diagram below shows the noontime shadows cast by a student and a tree. Those are the shadows. If the time is solar noon, it's very key. Solar noon. What direction does shadow point? Therefore, the student's facing this way. The shadow always at solar noon. In New York or in the U.S., anywhere north of the equator, always points north. As a matter of fact, it's due north. So that's the answers to those. Combine this with part 1. And any questions, please come see me. But this is a decent overview of it. Okay, so on behalf of folks at Gastonia Productions, thank you.